All right. So let's do a quick, like, what's working now. Let's do a what's working now for us.
Exactly. Well, and this goes back because I'm like a nerd and with books and stuff. I read way different books than Amy does, but but literally, I'm going to give you guys some free game on this one. If you got a number of coaching groups, go buy these 2 books today and it will change your life. Amy already knows one I'm going to say besides my books, but don't worry about that. You don't need that yet. I even get that later, but go buy Atomic Habits and The Compound Effect. I don't care if you're broke as fuck and you can't afford to advertise, get those 2 books. They will change your life and we're having a big summit 2 weeks from Thursday. We're going to be doing an online summit. Johnny and Amanda do a training, and like my presentation is going to be about like how habits change your life. I mean, it's like this will be a good parallel. So take 2 friends. They graduate from high school together. They go to college. They graduate college. The one kid stays in his hometown and he's like, I'm just going to go with the flow, do this, do that. The other kid's like, I want something different. I want something challenging. Move 1,000 miles away where you know nobody. And then you're lost. So you're like, okay, I got to start doing something. So you start doing jujitsu. You start doing these little things. You start building these good habits. You start meeting people. You start taking action. And your life's getting better and better and better. And then you go back 10 years later to your high school reunion and your former best friend is doing the same shit you did in college. And how many gym owners have been like that doing the same shit they've been doing for 10 years where it's like, Friday night, man, we're going down to the bar, going to get fucked up. It's like we're going to watch football and we're talking about high school football and how awesome it was. And then the other person's like, man, it's like I went to this thing and this guy taught me these Facebook ad things. I learned that. And then I did some Google ad stuff and I learned that. And then I went to a sales training. I learned how to sell and I bought my sales percentage up 20%. You watch their face just gloss over like they can't talk to you. So when you do these habits, and it's all about micro habits, that's my word instead of micro adjustments. All the jiu-jitsu nerds know what I'm referencing. Shout out to Dylan Dearborn. But micro habits, atomic habits is the same thing, but I call it micro habits too. Micro habits with the compound effect, where you just keep doing the same boring shit over and over again. And it goes even like with money, with my former life as like a stockbroker. I made that post about the $1 million journey. It's boring as fuck if you do it the right way. Boy, I've said the F word a lot today. I'm on fire. But it's super boring. Like the people that get really, really, really rich is boring thing. They invest money every month into the S&P 500 and then they never sell. And they just sit there for 40 years. It's the Warren Buffett way. I mean, you can't argue with that guy's results. He misses huge rallies, but he's always just consistent. And he's one of the richest men in the world. So if you do those 2 things, like really work on your habits and then compounding your habits, there you go.
I'll tell you, the concept of boredom has been something like, so anybody who has kids, if you have kids, let us know in the comments. I've got 2 young kids. They are 8 and 9 and almost 10, but 8 and 9. And Ooh. They love to talk about, I'm so bored. I'm bored.
I miss the days of being bored.
My answer is good. I just said good.
Enjoy it.
I said, enjoy being bored. Learn how to be bored. I said, if you can get really good at being bored, you're going to be in great shape. And they look at me like I'm an idiot, but we're just entering that life stage that Paul's already experienced, where your kids look at you.
You don't know anything. Yeah, it's true. I know nothing.
I'm just
Snow. I know nothing.
Yeah, I know. So, they're like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Why do you, whatever? And I'm like, so in one of my books, actually, there was a great quote and it said 90% of anything worthwhile is boredom.
Oh,
90% of anything worthwhile is boredom. Like,
how exciting is it to log into Spark, send 5 extra text messages, go through your delinquents and run your failed payments manually, because we all know, like, it's another tip too. Every Friday, go in and manually run your failed payments.
Yeah.
You know why?
You have the right to do that. Yeah. I don't think people think they can.
Yeah. Why do you do that? What's Friday?